Ryan's back again for another wedding video. Number 2.
It's not happy though.
God, no, please continue. What's today's video about?
Venues. Roll the intro.
There's no intro.
You not do the little...
So we've been on a journey when it comes to wedding venues, haven't we, Ryan?
Literally.
Literally. And what about we've gone through countries.
Do you want the long story, the short story? Short story, no to France, no to Cornwall, no to Scotland, and then, you know, like, we settled on England. There we go. Done. Bam. Video finished.
Long story. The long, more in-depth story is that I really wanted to get married in, like, a massive chateau with all our family and friends staying in there. Just like some massive house party.
The middle-class Surrey dream.
Alright.
Chateau in France.
Okay, anyway, I thought it was really nice. I thought it'd be really nice that everyone could stay in the house. It was just like all of us staying together, except it was in France.
Practical option though, was it?
Well, it sounded nice in my head, and the Pinterest board that I originally made looked beautiful, but no, it didn't sound too practical. We originally looked at one venue.
Yeah, which we did get a price list for and everything. We're going to go for it.
Oh no, I'm on about the original France venue.
Which one?
The one that I really liked, but they would only work with a specific chef, which was their chef, and he was being really rude.
I wasn't really involved in that one.
No, because he was being really rude, so we kind of moved on from that one. And then, then we looked at another chateau, which, if you're into like chateaus and stuff and weddings, then you probably would have known about this chateau. That's niche, but I don't want to like name drop.
But yeah, we got a price list for them and everything after waiting 2 months for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously they're busy people. So
it was like my dream wedding.
But they came back with availability when we wanted it in the summer. And then took so long to reply to us, even though I emailed and rang like, 6 times?
Yeah, and I chased via email.
And then by the time they got back to us, you know, the dates were gone. Somehow.
Yeah. And so, and actually, within that time that we were waiting for them to reply, I started to panic that we were going to wait, and then suddenly there'd be no dates, and then we'd be in trouble and we wouldn't be able to get married.
But then they came back like another 2 months after that and were like, oh, we have a date during the week, which wasn't ideal, but we could do it. And then they just didn't reply again after that. And then we chased them for 4 months.
We're actually still currently waiting for a reply.
Yeah, it must be like half a year now.
As far as they are aware, we still want to get married with them next year.
Yeah.
And we are still waiting on them to get back to us with full details and confirmation on the date.
Yeah.
I said I was ready to pay a deposit then. We had given them a list back of how many people we're having, exactly what meal we wanted, what food we wanted, what drink we wanted.
But yeah, still no reply.
And still no reply. Which is really horrible. Like, I'm really upset about this because it just all felt right. Thinking now, because we've chosen a new venue, it was stupidly expensive. It was stupidly expensive.
I was kind of put off by the price as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
If thinking about it now we found a venue and everything, it was the complete opposite to probably what we are having now, and actually what we first discussed when we found out like we were going to get married.
Yeah, someone got a bit carried away with the whole wedding hype, didn't they?
Yeah, but you got excited for because you liked the whole...
I did, but then I saw the price list and I was like, maybe not.
You did get excited at the time though, it wasn't just me looking at something.
Yeah, but...
Yes.
It was very expensive looking back now.
It's very easy to get carried away with, it's a wedding, it's a once in a lifetime thing. But we have now come back. So we started after...
I was already there. You came back.
So after the whole France situation, and we are still waiting for a reply from them, so as far as I know we're getting married with them still. And anyway, so while we were waiting... While we were waiting for a reply from them, we started to look at other venues, and I found multiple in Cornwall because I thought Ryan would really like Cornwall. It's by the sea, love the sea, it's like in the country, and it was also still a possibility that all our family could stay with us, but they would be staying nearby. And we found loads, and we found one that really got us quite excited, didn't we? Because it was like more of a family venue. It was dog friendly, there was no corkage, they'd allow you to provide all your own alcohol. They called themselves...
Rule free,
I think.
Yeah. That was how they sold the stuff. They said, as long as it's not illegal,
yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
In fact, she said that to us in person when we went to visit the venue. We were literally seconds away from paying the deposit.
But we actually paid
for
the registrar to be married there. So
yeah.
it was already like
Yeah, we'd
Yeah,
already
we told
given our
people
notice
dates.
of marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they kind of came back and basically changed all.
Yeah, we're not rule free anymore. We actually have all of these rules.
They have a bar now that we had to buy all our alcohol from for our guests, even though originally we told them that we were big lovers of beer and we wanted to have loads of different beer for everyone to help themselves to. So that completely went out the window. I really like the venue, so I got it. I was like, okay, something's changed here. We'll have the bar, sure. We're not going to let that put us off. We'll have the bar, but we want to pay for the alcohol. Yeah, okay, you weren't so. But we want to pay for it in advance so that our guests can order wine, fizz, and beer and cider and know it's free of charge. If they wanted to buy anything else like spirits and stuff, they could pay for it because we weren't going to originally provide that anyway because it gets really confusing. And they wouldn't tell us how much it would cost, like price-wise, would they?
No.
They wouldn't come back with prices because I don't think they had any prices, which obviously got us quite stressed because we're not going to pay a deposit for a venue.
Not knowing how much things are going to cost.
No, because then suddenly it might come nearer the time and they'll be like, oh, that beer's £6. And actually the beer we wanted probably would have cost about £7 because the cheapest
in
beer...
the local pubs here, it's like £7.
Yeah, and also the cheapest beer that you could buy in the supermarket, they were selling at their bar for about £4.50. Which is standard bar prices, I'm aware, in Surrey, but
when
we
you
didn't...
know you're paying 60p for that bottle, though.
And we also didn't sign up to that venue for that.
Yeah.
That was what was annoying.
Yeah, and then the other rules came out.
They weren't dog friendly, after all.
No.
After they literally told us that they were.
Yeah. They had 7 dogs of their own, so I don't see how 2 more dogs of ours, especially if you've seen Juno on video, she's not really a dog, would be a problem. But then she was like, oh, but we can get a dog sitter in for £8 an hour. £8 an hour per dog?
Per dog, because my parents' dog was going to be there. Which is okay, I get it, but they shouldn't have told us it was dog friendly first, because as soon as they start changing all these rules, basically our trust broke, and then more things came out. We were allowed to have any caterer we wanted. But if we chose not to have their favourable caterer, they wouldn't have access to the kitchen.
Yeah, they had to then bring their own kitchen. Which I get, you trust someone in your house and things, but
Yeah,
then
but they
just
should have
tell us that.
They should have mentioned it originally.
Yeah.
And we actually were planning to go with their caterer that they liked anyway.
Yeah.
But she just wouldn't get back to us with prices.
Actually, she got back to us last week.
Yeah, it's been like 4 months since we decided not to have our wedding at this venue.
I completely forgot we'd even contacted her to tell her that we weren't getting married anymore because she was just so...
hard to contact.
Yeah.
We would have ended up getting married there and feeling really awkward because of all the conversations we'd been having with the people.
Also that we didn't want that caterer, we didn't want that alcohol.
Yeah.
We didn't want whatever other things we had to abide by.
Which, if you go through our list, originally all me and Ryan wanted was like...
food and alcohol.
Great food, great alcohol, like everyone can help themselves, relax, party, dance, like just a fun day. And instead it turned into some like thing of rules that we could not break, even though it was a rule-free venue.
Yeah, so we fobbed them off.
So we went back to a square one and decided actually maybe we should just get married closer to home. Did a bit of Googling and we found what I think and I hope is the perfect venue.
Well, we did view quite around.
Oh yes, we did. We did view a lot, but then we did a bit of Googling.
I think our main problem was all the ones we originally looked at. My main problem was that you'd go there and if you pretended you were doing it for a party, it was about like £700 for the weekend. As soon as you mention the word wedding, it's £6,000 plus, £7,000. And that's just insane. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with different clothes.
I mean, I get that if you're having people like serving drinks and things like that, it's an extra charge.
You do that at a party though.
Yes, I know, but...
That's crazy. This is just venue hire, by the way. Nothing else. Just venue hire.
Yeah. So we decided that actually we'd go back to the square one, do a bit of Googling. Ryan found a great company. We looked at a venue through them. They had like their own venues. And yeah, we found one, didn't we?
Yeah.
It allows us to have any caterer we want, although they do have preferred caterers, which we've actually gone with one of those. They allow you to have all your own alcohol. They're really helpful at letting you know what you should do. So basically, because it is like a complete blank venue, there's nobody really running it or anything, so we are hiring staff through the catering company to stay later to help serve drinks and clear up and things like that. We have to like hire all the chairs and tables, all the lighting.
What's amazing though is that kind of works out cheaper than
It definitely does.
people's package wedding.
It definitely does.
I guess it's more effort on our part, but it's really not that much more effort.
To give it a perspective, the venue that we looked at in Cornwall actually worked out quite cheap for what we were looking at. This venue, I know it's a blank venue, so there's like no chairs and tables and things with no lights and things like that, but it's worked out about, before all the tables and things, it's worked out a third of the price.
Maybe a quarter.
And we have it from Thursday till Sunday, because we are in charge of the clearing up and decorating. But that's the bit that I think will be fun.
Cleaning up?
No, the decorating. I'm not so sure about the cleaning up.
Maybe for you. I'm planning on just having a drink, just chilling.
The decorating will be fun, you said that.
It's my wedding, I'm not decorating it.
Yeah, this venue allows us to basically spend the money where we really want to, which is food and drink. Yeah. It does mean that we can't actually get married on the venue. So we are getting married at another place, and then we have to work out how like all the guests get from there to our...
It's called a taxi.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what we'll do. I kind of like the idea of a nice vintage bus, but...
the bus won't
that's
be able
what
to
you
get
say,
to our venue.
but I think they will be able
It's
to.
like tiny little country roads.
It's like on a private estate, so you have to drive through loads of land. It's going to take a lot of planning, but hopefully the wedding venue will be lovely and it'll be a great day and the sun will be shining because it's going to be in summer. A lot of it's outside, but we have tried to work out best way to weatherproof it. We'll all be okay.
Yeah. Just imagine in your head Bilbo's 111th birthday.
What?
From the beginning of Lord of the Rings. That's what we're aiming for.
That's not what we're doing. Ryan would like me to wear elf-ears, but it's not happening.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I could be Aragorn. You could be Arwen.
That's not happening. That is not what our wedding's going to be like. No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Never mind.
If you
Dream.
If you had any advice for them if they're looking at
how
wedding
to keep the
venues,
elf-ears on when she's dancing so they don't fall off.
no. If they're looking at wedding venues, what would you say?
Just don't go for the big package weddings. They're just overpriced. I mean.
Well, do if you don't want to have to organise everything, because it is quite.
I know,
some people
or
don't
just
want to.
pretend you're having a party and show up in your wedding dress.
I'd say look at all the rules, double check with questions, because sometimes they say no corkage, but that actually means no corkage on meal wine, and it's corkage on like evening drinks or drinks beforehand and all that. Like, ask loads of questions.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to walk away.
No.
Don't feel pressured in. I feel like most people would have got to that Cornwall one. You know, you pay for the registrar, which wasn't cheap.
No.
And
then
you know, like, you kind of like bottled into it, and then you end up spending loads of money, and it's not really the day you want. Just kind of like, be willing to walk away.
Also, don't feel pressured into having. I guess this is coming from my experience. Having a wedding that everyone else seems to have. A lot of people have like some massive grand venue, and we looked at those, and I really liked them, and I felt a bit like confused at what I wanted. And I think it's just because you see everybody's weddings and you think that is what I need. Like, just take away everybody else's weddings when you're looking.
A party to celebrate the both of you.
Well, if that's what you want, just have whatever you want. Also, we are having like a sit-down meal, so it's not just like a party.
Well, it's pretty much a big party.
Well, that's what he thinks. Thank you very much for watching. Ask loads of questions down below. If you enjoyed this video, let me know as well, and hopefully we'll see you at the next one.
Will I be in the next one?
Yeah.
I'm not working from home anymore.